Sorry to bring you in the middle of this, but sorry to bring you in the middle of this. Um, I'm home alone at my dad's house, and yeah, I'm home alone at your grandfather's house, at my dad's house. Um, I'm alone. Like I'm alone in every sense of the word. Except I don't feel lonely. I'm trying not to feel lonely because I just came from being with my cousin and stepbrother and my mom and stepdad. And yeah, I've seen all of my family from my mom's side basically. And yeah, right now I'm going through the emotions of, what's going on in my life. I'm self reflecting. That's what's happening. So right now, I am telling myself, I'm asking myself, or I'm asking God or Jesus, or I'm just putting it out there. What's going on in my life? Why do I feel these a certain way? And just before I picked up the phone to record, I realized every time I see a beautiful woman, I go on my WhatsApp statuses and I see these pretty women, and I'm like, man, I need to get rich. And that statement right there is an impulsive thought. I don't immediately think, there's no thought train that leads to I need to get rich. Every time I see a beautiful woman, I just say I need to get rich. Do I really need to get rich? I don't think so. I think me in 5 years will be pleasantly surprised with where he is, even though he's not where he wants to be. But current me will not tolerate that. Current me will not settle for that. Um, I want to get rich because I want to feel a certain way. And this is what those guys talk about on social media when they say what you want is just an excuse for the emotions you're trying to feel, which when I put that on myself now and I reflect that on myself and I apply that to myself, it makes sense. I want to feel peace, but I want that peace to come from confidence. But then before I picked up the phone to record, I realized you're never really confident. You just push yourself. Let me check if that's my dad. You just push yourself. You just push yourself away from the fear of whatever it is that you're fearing. If it's approaching a girl, you're pushing away the fear of embarrassment, the fear of being rejected. If it's a business opportunity, you're pushing away the fear of being rejected in that regard. And so on and so forth. But yeah, I want peace and confidence. I also want clarity. Currently, I do not feel like I have clarity in my mind. And I've been told meditating is the way to go to gain clarity. But I've tried meditating. And honestly, I won't lie to you, I am of Gen Z. My attention span is probably half as much as a goldfish's memory. So, yeah. Like, even my thinking, like right now, my thinking is slow. I think that my thinking is slow. I would like to speak a little faster than this. Not for the sake of you who's watching this, but for the sake of myself, to feel in control of that as well. That's why I want to speak a little faster. I want some sort of control that I'm certain of in my life. That's what I want. I think I'm trying to mask it as trying to get rich because I feel like if I do that, I'll have some form of control in my life. Why do you think do I not have control over my life? I don't know. recap my life and understand why I think that I don't have control over it. I can start at probably the first set of decisions I was given that I can remember that impacted the rest of my life, which were choosing subjects back in mid high school. And those subjects will determine where you land in university. And so, not that I put the blame on anyone but myself, but I do sometimes ruminate on what if I had chosen this other subject instead of the subject that I chose? How would have life been? How would life have been then? I do sometimes ruminate on that thought and I ponder on that. But I try not to let that eat me. And then we can go forth to the career I want to choose, the path I want to choose, engineering, medicine, whatnot. And I chose industrial engineering because at the time when my dad explained what his friend does, that sounded cool. That just stuck with me. And I've told that reason to people who have asked why I chose industrial engineering, and I'm still telling it to you now because it sounds cool. But I'm struggling, and I don't think I'm struggling because intellectually I'm dumb. I don't think that I'm dumb. I'm struggling at it because I I don't think I'm mentally capable of that. Genuinely, and I haven't felt mentally capable of achieving anything for a while now, especially since high school, and especially during high school. Uh, and I think that's also part of the reason why I don't feel like I'm in control of any serious thing in my life. Because I don't think I'm mentally capable of being in control of those things. I don't think my mind is matured enough to control things that I had to, control. My mind wasn't able to hold the cards that I was dealing with. But I made it through those times. Is that not a sign that I was able to control what I was doing? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't feel like it was, but the fact that I had passed those things and I'm still alive means that it probably was. I guess I'm receiving the clarity that I asked for because I'm speaking a little faster than I did in the beginning of the video. Is this thing still recording? Okay, it is. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm just venting, man. I'm just venting. There's a little spider there on the curtain. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Little creepy crawly there. Anyway, yeah, man. I just want to have a bit of control, have a bit of certainty in my life, because that's what I feel I'm lacking. I, I, I'll tell you what, man. This thing, yeah, industrial engineering. I want to say that I enjoy it, but I don't. But like I said before, I don't enjoy it because it's boring. I don't enjoy it not because it's boring. I don't enjoy it because I'm struggling, but I don't feel like it's boring. I feel like it could be a lot more fun. I never really saw that because I don't know. Maybe I got distracted in the fleeting things. But some of those things aren't necessarily fleeting. Like, I'm trying day trading. No one except for the guys closest to me know that I'm doing day trading. I think like 2 or 3 guys that I know that I'm doing day trading. I'm trying it out, and I'm receiving a bag of mixed results. So yeah, I guess we've gone past losses, and losses. We're now at a mixed results area, and 2 of 3 things have already happened. So that's leaving us with the last thing to happen, which is profits, and profits. But I think in order to gain those profits, I need to gain a bit more of who I'm supposed to be, and that's one of my current frustrations. Why am I venting? This feels stupid. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? I don't even. Bro, you see the thoughts that run through my mind? The doubts. All those thoughts, the doubts. I'm probably gonna watch this in a couple years' time and think of how cringe this is. But at the same time, I'm gonna forgive myself because it was my first time on this earth, and I don't think most people know what they're doing. And if you do know what you're doing, it's boring, I guess, because you know what you're doing. It gets to a point where what you know you're doing gets boring, alright? Why am I talking so much? I've never said this much before, ever, anywhere, at any time. I actually kind of feel a bit embarrassed. Or actually, I'm kind of cringing currently. I'm actually kind of cringing now. Sorry, I'm talking this much. It's taking me off that I'm talking this much. But I guess I have to if I want to feel better. I just decided to pick up the camera and press record. Jeez, that was a lot of yap. Also, I'm quite insecure about my voice. I don't like the way it sounds. I honestly don't. I can't even tell if it's a deep voice or a high pitched voice. I cannot tell. So, yeah, I guess I've talked. Now let's see what happens. I'm gonna post this video. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm gonna post this video. There you go. There, I did it. I recorded something to a YouTube channel that I said I was gonna commit to, and I don't even want the YouTube channel to be about what it currently is. I just wanted it to be about cars and me filming my own cars. But I guess we'll get to that eventually. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's gonna scroll down to the oldest video and watch this. But if they do, hey, good on them. They'll know who I truly was before all of that good stuff. And I hope that if it reaches them in that way, I hope that they realize, hey, I'm also human. I wasn't the superhero that you make me out to be. Yeah, we can call that humble beginnings, I guess. Well, see you in the future when you are everything you want to be.